Well, for the tyrants that run the New World Order, the sands of time for them are certainly running very, very low. And I've got a New York Times headline here that says, Israel backs limited strike against Assad. And then goes on to say, even though most of the American people are against it, the Congress is against it, that the Israeli government is for it. Well, I would say so. The French government's for it as well. All of these different powers that want to slice up pieces of Syria, like the old colonials did, want a piece of it. And it's extremely immoral for Israel to side with al-Qaeda, one of their main enemies, just because they're busy killing Syrians and going after Assad, who morally is a much better guy than al-Qaeda. And I think that's finally what has woken up the American people. But Obama says now that, well, it doesn't matter if the House may not vote, because it looks like he's going to lose by more than 100 votes. That's how unpopular this war is. Just a week ago, it looked like he had the votes in the House. Now, it looks like there's more than 100 votes. He would lose by more than 100 votes. So the House is saying, Boehner's saying, the Speaker of the House is saying, we won't even have a vote then, because this might embarrass you. Because after all, why do you need a vote if he doesn't need to do it anyways? I saw CNN during the break, because I have it on in the coffee room next door to the studio, saying, with some guest, a congressman was on going, well, listen, he needs to lead. He's the executive. That's who launches war. This is word for word. That's who handles international affairs, not Congress. Folks, Congress controls the power of the purse, war, all of it. Why not just have a dictator or the president handles it? I mean, that's our Constitution. It's unbelievable. Under the War Powers Act, if ICBMs have been launched, the Congress has already given the president the power with the nuclear football to respond. But he's already been given that duty and been voted that power by the Congress. The argument of, well, he can just strike anybody he wants without Congress to say so or without anybody else to say so because he's the commander-in-chief. He's only the commander-in-chief when war has been declared and authorized. And then the mission, the war bill, is passed and handed to the president to execute. That's how that works, ladies and gentlemen, not the other way around. Or why not just have a Napoleon Bonaparte or a Hitler, for that matter? You know, Hitler was elected, but he used war and crises as a way to erode the basic checks and balances. So here's the big issue. We've got 91% in a Reuters poll. The most pro-war polls I see are 15% for it. WorldNet Daily did articles, INFOWARS.com did articles, off the Weekly Standard did articles off of congressmen and women who put out press releases in the last week saying the calls they were getting. 540-something to 2, 520-something to 4, 102 to 1, 99 to 1. It's over 99 to 1 phone calls, Republican and Democrat. You've got all these Republicans saying, well, I've never seen such an overwhelming response. I've never seen such a absolute no message from the American people. And so they're backing off. But now the new spin is, well, you know what? We didn't need the Congress anyways. Yeah, there it is. Calls to Congress, 499 to 1 against Syrian war, WorldNet Daily. And then if you pull up our article, we just said 99 to 1 just to be... You know, people accuse me of exaggerating, and sometimes I do by accident. I got to be honest. I tend to actually not tell you how bad things are just because it sounds too crazy. Or when things are really good, I just went with one congressperson's 99 to 1 and had that headline up. It showed the 500 to 1 type stuff under it. We can pull up the WorldNet Daily article, but also pull up the INFOWARS.com. Type in 99 to 1 against the war. 99% of Americans against the war, INFOWARS.com. You can pull it up. And the reason our article is important is you can then link directly through to all the actual tweets and press releases and websites by the bipartisan Republicans and Democrats saying they've never seen this much opposition. So the term false flag is now mainstream. The term stage terror is now mainstream. The term Hegelian dialectic is now mainstream. The term problem, reaction, solution is now being used on C-SPAN, Fox News, and CNN. The Russian report is out that, by the way, I don't just believe the Russians. The Turks, that have one of the biggest armies in Europe, probably the third largest, well, maybe the largest for actual troops. They want war. They've been shelling Syria off and on for 2.5 years. They want to take a big part of Syria. Okay? They used to run Syria under the Ottoman Empire. The corrupt Turkish government last year and this year caught al-Qaeda jihadis trying to cross the border into Syria with nerve gas. Okay? The rebels have uploaded video after video after video with them loading it, singing songs to Osama bin Laden. You can go to INFOWARS.com, pull them up, but now it's even BBC, AP, Reuters, Fox News, you name it. It is real jihadis, the same ones taking over Christian villages, blowing everything up, chopping Christian priest heads off, shooting nuns in the back. I mean, there's new videos every day we put on INFOWARS.com. And the good news is they're finally getting picked up by the news. This is who Obama calls his rebels, who they did call protesters and demonstrators before. So it is incredibly evil. And I want to open the phones up and get your take on this. Is this the collapse in confidence in the establishment? And what will they do, do you think, to get the public back in line to go along with what the globalists are pushing? The toll-free number to join us is 877-789-2539. The weekday number doesn't work. We run everything out of my studio on Sunday, so this is directly into our studio. 877-789-ALEX, 877-789-2539. We're opening the phone system right now, so give it a minute because we haven't turned it on yet. It's computerized. Now, that said, we have an update up on prisonplanet.com and InfoWars.com. Dyess Air Force Base in West Texas. Tuesday, I got a call from, let's just say, a high-level source at the base saying, Alex, we're not supposed to have nukes here since the 80s, the 1986 START Treaty. They pull them out of mothballs, load them on trucks, don't sign paperwork, just like the thing that happened in Minot, North Dakota in 2007 that was a national scandal, and they're being shipped to South Carolina. We called the base and recorded it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and when they answer the phone, they go, what, do you want to know about the weapons transfer? But they won't confirm or deny it, which again, just adds more credence to our source. So that's pretty creepy. We'll talk about that, too.